Okay, and welcome back to another Zwift race. This is, what is this? Stage 2 of the monthly Zwift racing series. This is Neokyo Nights, and is on Twilight Harbor, I think. And it's another one of those. I think it's a new map. I'm not sure about that actually, but everybody gets Tron bikes, which is pretty cool. Second time on a Tron bike. First one was stage 1, and I think I did all right on that one. This one, yeah, I mean, maybe not so much. Not to spoil it. Well, you probably saw the title, but I do end up getting dropped. But yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. So, Twilight Harbor. So the map is pretty flat. There's not really a whole lot of elevation change, but there are a couple of little kickers, I guess, and it's 3 laps of the same course, something like 12-ish miles, and yeah, so I do okay. I mean, again, my goal, like always, is to stay with the front pack. So it's just kind of keeping up. And in this race, I tried to keep a higher cadence, which is something I've been doing or trying to do recently. And I do a pretty good job of that, actually. So I keep a higher cadence, and then I'm also trying to stay more in the middle of the bunch. I don't have steering. I don't know if that makes a difference, actually, but I feel like if I'm kind of right in the middle of the pack, it'll put me in the bunch. Whereas previously, I would kind of have let myself drift to the back a little bit. So every time I see myself drifting to the back, I try to put a little bit of a more of an effort, just to kind of put me in the middle. And I think this makes a difference with the draft effect. I don't really know, actually, but it's something to maybe look into. But in this race, yeah, I did try to do that, and it was probably a little bit easier because it was a big race. There's over 100 people in it, so it was a big front pack, at least initially anyway. I mean, I think 60-ish riders, 60 or 70 riders in the front pack at the moment. So yeah, it was a big pack. And I mean, I just try to kind of hang in there. It started out okay. I was kind of interested to see how I did in this race, because I've actually been off the bike for a little over a week. I've been traveling a lot for work, so I wasn't around, wasn't able to do a whole lot. So I was kind of interested to see if that meant like I would lose my racing legs, or if that meant, I was well rested and I could keep up with everybody. And I didn't know, but I do now. I felt all right. So I'll probably speed it up around now, and then I can chat a little bit, getting towards the end. Okay, and I'll pick it up here. And at this point, a little 2.5-ish miles left, and I'm starting to feel it. It's starting to hurt. And my heart rate's like 174, which it's getting up to the top range, and it's right about here where I'm pretty much done. So the pack slowly, or maybe not so slowly, rides away. And there's a point I think I try to kind of jump back on again, but it just kind of get a second wind and try to jump back on, but doesn't quite work. But I'm reasonably happy with it. It's interesting that I kind of I felt okay through the first 2 laps, and then it was kind of as soon as that third lap started, I was kind of just didn't have it. So didn't have the legs. I don't know if that was because I've been off the bike for a long time, or it was just tired. Could be a little of both. Also kind of just getting over a little bit of a cold on this one, so maybe that had something to do with it too. But so it was okay. You'll see actually as I lose touch here, I try to switch back over to some of the front guys to see if I can kind of watch them in the race and see if I can figure out what they do for the end. I'm not exactly sure how to do that, watch other people while they ride, but you'll have to maybe figure that out in a future race if I lose touch again. It's a little more interesting to watch the front finishers rather than me struggle to hang on. But anyway, I think overall, I'll talk about some of my numbers. Overall, I wind up with a 3.2 watts per kilo for the final average, which was not too bad actually. The previous race was like 3.3, which tends to be around where I average. So not too bad with this last mile obviously being less. I ended up losing about 40 seconds or so to the winner. So I ended up coming in 42nd-ish on Zwift Power out of 100, a little over 100 people. So not terrible. Ended up with just about a 200 watt average. So I'm not. It's a little frustrating to lose touch, especially at the last, the last couple minutes. But I'm all right with it. It just, kind of motivates me a little bit more. And it is inspiring just to see everybody be able to ride at such a high level like that. If I can feel like I'm putting out a good average and a good wattage, and then just have people ride away, it can be a little frustrating, but I also look at it as being kind of inspiring. It's inspiring to see somebody do that. So and to see it firsthand as I try to jump over to the leaders here. They're doing a lot more than me. 350 watts. Yeah, that's pretty good. Anyway, I will try again next week with stage 3. I don't know what that course looks like yet, but I'll try to maybe try to put in a little bit more of a game plan rather than just staying with a front pack. Don't know what the game plan should be, but I'll give it some thought, and then see what I can do. I think over the winter, maybe after this month, I'm gonna try to pick like a more formal training plan, and try to work on some of my weaknesses, mainly being, I think, anything over about half an hour, I kind of lose my stamina pretty quickly. So maybe work on some what do they call aerobic fitness, and then kind of go from there. So we'll reassess after that. I also haven't taken an FTP test in a long time, so it might be worth doing that to see what my training looks like. So anyway, thanks for watching and for hanging on this long, watching me struggle, and I will catch you next time.